In the news this week, an academic is targeted by trans activists for speaking out against self-identification. A campaigner with Down syndrome speaks to the Christian Institute about her opposition to screening for the condition. And high street toy retailer The Entertainer reminds customers of the real meaning of Christmas. Hello. An academic says she is being targeted by trans activists for saying that people should not be able to legally change sex by self-declaration. Professor Rosa Friedman, a human rights expert at the University of Reading, recently received an anonymous phone call saying she should be raped and killed. The professor said that despite working on many controversial subjects in her career, she has never before received such vitriol. Urine has been thrown over her office door, and she has been forced to hide in bushes because she was being followed by trans activists. Speaking about another occasion when she discovered criminal damage, she said it was explicitly encouraging me to leave the university because of my views that a woman is defined by law as biological, not psychological. Staff are being demonised, harassed and targeted for expressing opinions based on the expertise for which we were hired. 23-year-old Heidi Krauter from Coventry has been speaking to the Christian Institute about her experience of living with Down syndrome and her opposition to the screening of unborn babies for the condition. She works with campaign group Don't Screen Us Out, highlighting how non-invasive prenatal testing, or NIPT, is expected to result in a greater number of abortions of Down's children in Britain. Currently, around 92% of babies diagnosed with Down syndrome are aborted. NIPT screenings are planned to be implemented by the NHS in England next year. In her interview, Heidi said that parents are being told lies about the disability.
Well, and I think my concern is that more and more babies will be screened out. I'm trying to get them to actually meet the person first, and also to get them to understand the person with Down syndrome has a lot to give to life.
An evangelical minister who was excluded from preaching at a Christian Union carol service in Derby Cathedral has said he has received a lot of support from people all around the world. Melvin Tinker was told he could not speak at the cathedral because of his relations with the York diocese. Rev Tinker had previously criticised senior leaders in the diocese for offering prayers of blessing for the York Pride March. Derby Cathedral came under fire recently for screening sexually explicit films. The minister from Hull told the Christian Institute, "I was simply going to preach the gospel. Any harm to their PR image has been done by themselves." And finally, high street toy retailer The Entertainer has been reminding its customers of the real meaning of Christmas. All its window displays feature a message wishing passers-by a happy Christmas and reminding them that Jesus' birth is the reason for the season, along with the traditional nativity scene. The shop's Christian owner, Gary Grant, said he thinks it is important that amid the commercialism of Christmas, people should still hear about Christ.
I am passionate about making sure that the next generation, the younger generation, have the Christmas story told to them. And if I stand outside one of my shops, and particularly where you see a young child with a grandparent, the grandparent will be talking to the child and explaining who all the different characters are. And it feels as though we've almost got a missed generation. I think people, that the parents obviously do know about Jesus, but it's not necessarily an active part of their lives, where I think faith was a much more active part of many of the grandparents' lives. And I would hate that the reason for the season just got completely overlooked, and it was all about the Christmas tree and Father Christmas.
Well, that's all for this week. For more information on all of our stories and much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.